Hello,
There we
everybody.
go.
There we go. Sorry about that. A lot of technical problems. Not sure why. Sorry about that. It is such a mess today. I'm going to blame it all
Oh,
on the heat wave that we have here in LA. But you guys, you are watching Movie Couple Live. Hello and welcome. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And today we're going to cover the latest in movie news and pop culture news. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to our show as I pull up our show notes. Hope everybody is doing well. And what we're talking about today, new posters for the New Mutants,
Netflix announces Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio,
planes, trains, and automobiles being remade.
and so much more.
So exciting. And the what part of the reason why we were running late is we weren't only having technical problems with this. And literally, I was having technical problems last night already with StreamYard. I don't know what it is. I'm just blaming it all on it. Just
Blame it all on technology.
blame it all on no, not technology, but the heat wave that it's affecting the technology. And then we were trying to actually, before we jump into announcements, we were trying to get our Death on the Nile trailer reaction out, and my old computer that Dustin was editing on literally crashed right as he was
Twice.
exporting, and now it won't export. So I might have to just re-edit the entire thing
Oh, no.
again, which is like so not what I am looking forward to. And also my the connection seems a little weird. Hang on a second. Let me just see. Oh, we're definitely doing it at 10. Okay. It's everything is a little weird. It's fine. I'm gonna pause this because I think that might be a problem. So, okay. All right. So that might be a little bit better, hopefully. But you guys, I hope you're all doing well today. Sorry that I'm just rambling. This is what I does when I'm like frustrated. I just ramble and ramble and ramble. Okay, so announcements you guys already heard. Death on the Nile trailer reaction should have been out hours ago. It's not. It will be out later, hopefully. I just saw that my other computer literally just like shut off by itself, so it's great.
Great.
It's great. Good thing we bought new ones. Also, you guys, we if you are watching us live and you haven't joined yet, we do have a Discord group. So I will put that link. Oh boy, I don't have that up either. I will put that link up somewhere later. And that this defeats the entire purpose of me even announcing that. So you know what? Just strike that from your memory. Don't worry about the Discord group. I'll talk about it later. So let's just jump right into newsflash. So you guys know that the New Mutants is coming out in theaters, and believe it or not, it is going to finally hit theaters. We are so excited. We've been saying this from the very first time we laid eyes on that first trailer, and we went, ooh.
We've been intrigued every single trailer that they brought out. The Comic-Con panel just made me even more excited.
Yep.
And now it's finally coming out. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. No, it is coming out. It will be in theaters on August 28th, 2020, which means tickets are on sale now. So wherever you are, if you have a theater near you, whether you're an international viewer or if you're in the US, there's a theater near you and you want to go to the theater to support the film, obviously take all the precautions, but we're just excited that this is debuting in theaters. I was really worried that they were just going to get a straight up VOD treatment, which is not what I wanted, just because this is like the movie that's just been like pushback and pushback and pushback. And people were joking about this movie's cursed and whatever. And I was like, I just want to see it. I love the cast. I love what they've been showing us. It's really, really exciting. And with that, there are two brand new exclusive poster created just for this movie. One is for Dolby Cinema and the other one is for Cinemark. And we actually have them to show you right now. Sorry. I was kicking it.
Yeah, the camera was wobbling a little bit, and I was like,
sorry. Nervous ticks today. Okay, so this first one you're gonna see, it's gonna pop up right in the middle of us, is the one for Dolby, and this right away reminds me of. Do you remember the movie Identity? Where there was like the 5. It literally reminded me of that. I don't remember when the movie came out, but I think it was maybe like late 90s.
Yeah, it came out a while
so it kind of has that like older, more like retro horror vibe. Like, I don't know, you want to call the 90s retro. I don't know.
I don't want to call the 90s retro.
Okay, but here is another one. This one's for Cinemark, and this gives me all the right vibes. It's that like to me it's like that classic horror movie
Yeah,
vibe
kind of.
in a poster.
I don't
So
know if
good.
you want to. I mean, it does classic, but it also kind of gives me like I know what you did last summer kind of vibes, kind of a thing.
A lot of posters in the 90s were kind of
All
like
the
had this like
faces.
all faces, intense, you know, like kind of like a darker wash as far as like tone goes. I really like it. Look at like they're all like kind of serving looks in this one with their eyes, you know.
Yeah, and you only. I mean, I just love just how dark and menacing, and I mean, everyone's facial expression is just very blank. So
Mm-hmm.
it gives you that kind of scary kind of. I like it. It gives you the right kind of feels. It gives you. It makes you know what kind of movie this is going to be.
Yeah, really exciting. Really love that we're getting these new trailers, not new trailers, I'm sorry, these new posters. I think they look really great, and I love it. And let's see what you guys are saying. Adam says, I actually like the first poster as it was in the shape of a paw of the demon bear. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
that's
noticed that too,
right.
and I was like, that is really cool.
Yeah, wait, I have to go back to it again. Sorry, guys. Let's take a look again. Ah ha ha
And
ha.
well, each one of them is kind of like the claw mark
Yeah,
too.
and with the blood dripping down, splatter, and all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
looks really good. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat here. Jack says, I'm definitely going to see this. Um, Andrew has an interesting point. Wait, let me go back. I think he made a couple of points if I can find it. I really want to see I really want to see his New Mutants, but I am hesitant to be in a movie theater. Totally
True.
understandable.
Drive-ins.
Drive-ins. Plus, I feel like Disney is expecting to just put this out, and if it fails because people don't see it in theaters, they're fine with that. Oh, okay.
You know what? That this actually might
Which
be the
sort of bothers me
ceremonial
is his.
sacrificial lamb.
I don't.
Since it's really not their money that got put
Oh,
into it.
I
Well, it was
disagree with
Fox who put up the
that.
money, but then they bought Fox, and this came along with it, kind of a thing.
I want to say, especially with what they're doing with Mulan, like I want to say that they feel this is just my personal. I don't know what discussions are being made. Obviously, behind closed doors.
Yeah, our tap,
Because
our tap underneath the table for to the wire that we listen to all of the
yeah,
conversations of
like we're not in
the big
those rooms
CEOs.
when these decisions are made. But I want to say that this decision isn't made lightly. I don't think studios and executives put out a movie and they're already putting it out as like a fail. I feel like this movie, with how hard the cast worked and the director, and especially like the few last pushes of the brand new trailers, I really feel like they want this movie to be seen and to be absorbed on the big screen, with because it's horror, right? Like it's always more intense to be kind of sitting in that dark theater, have your surround sounds, and have the people
Yeah.
kind of freaking out next to you with the popcorn, not next to you, a few seats away from you now, to kind of really be to get into like the mindset of like this is a horror film, but this is New Mutants. So I think they want their audience to experience that, and that's why they're making the choice to put this in theaters. I hope that we don't know how it's going to do, you know, here in the States, because I honestly don't know how many theaters are actually like open in the States. But assuming that they're doing this for overseas as well, I really hope people go and see it. I really want to go see it, but I don't think any theaters are opening around us unless they decide to give this like the drive-in treatment. Then we'll probably pay
Yeah.
like the $30 or plus whatever fees to go and see it.
We definitely have to find out where the nearest drive-in
Yeah.
theater is around
If
us,
they're showing
because
it.
I really do want to see this. And one of the places that I'm probably going to be able to enjoy the movie without feeling anxiety about being around other people would be in a drive-in theater, and then we get to take our own popcorn and soda and stuff. So
yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah. And also, I think Blade has a really good point here. He says, I think if any theater wants their film to be a success, but if you were going to test the water, this would be a good film to market test. And I guess in a way, it is a really overdue film to debut in theaters, because we thought it was going to debut like a really long time ago.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. And I think it's finally about to, and that makes me really happy that it is finally going to happen. So if you are able to safely go to the theater, the tickets are on sale right now. And yeah, so let's see, moving on to our next news flash. Oh, I had a whole thing too, and I forgot to put it up. Okay.
Today's been a little bit of a crazy day. We
I feel
apologize.
so sorry about that. All right. The next couple of things, and this is one thing that we kind of I had it on the schedule last time to talk about, but we didn't get to it. And we're a little late to this, but the Lego Star Wars special is coming, and it's coming this December to Disney Plus. And there's this like super cute, where is it? Super cute little poster. Oh no, there it is. Little super cute poster that is up for Star Wars holiday special. The last time we saw a holiday special was forever ago, when a bunch of Wookiees decided to kind of like acquire
Celebrate
Wookiee.
Life Day.
Celebrate Life Day. And in this one, they will also celebrate Life Day, and it premieres on November 17th, 2020. And it's going to have Finn, Rey, Poe, Chewie, Rose, and all your favorite droids of R2D2, BB-8, C3PO to for a joyous feast on Life Day. Was the holiday first introduced on 1978's Star Wars Holiday Special, throwing it all the way back, guys. And this new Lego special is the first debut on the streaming platform, and is going to just continue the collaboration between Lucasfilm and the Legos group, and which is like, if you ever played anything like Lego and collaboration with any fandom, it's always like fun, it's always really meta, and it's always really great. And here's where the time is set. So this is set for after the events of The Rise of Skywalker, and Rey leaves her friends to prepare for Life Day as she embarks on a new adventure with BB-8 to gain a deeper knowledge of the Force. At a mysterious Jedi temple, Rey finds herself hurled into a cross-timeline adventure through beloved moments in Star Wars cinematic history. Again, very meta, very much like playing through a Lego video game.
Very true.
Let's see. Coming into contact with Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and other iconic heroes and villains from all 9 Skywalker saga films. But will she make it back in time for Life Day Feast and learn the true meaning of the holiday spirit? We're all going to have to watch and find out. Look, say what you will about the like 19 whatever, like the original holiday
I think
special.
it was either in the late 70s, early 80s, somewhere around there. Oh no, it was in the late 70s. But this is hilarious, because one thing that I really do hope that they do is kind of poke fun at the holiday special. Just a few little gags here and there, that if you've seen the original holiday special, you'll be like, I get I get that reference.
Yeah, this is gonna be hilarious. The fact that Rey's gonna meet, literally she's gonna meet Vader, which has obviously a connection between her and like, well, the rest of the storyline, because of who Kylo is, and how he was like obsessively always talking to Vader's destroyed helmet, which was a character
which would be fun in itself, to have a little moment to where Kylo Ren has Darth Vader helmet. He's like, I know, grandfather. And then have him that would be kind of a fun Lego thing to kind of do, to just go through all of the Star Wars movies and poke fun at everything that we've kind of teased about over, oh man, how many years is that? I mean, almost 50 years.
Makes me feel old. And I have to say, like, this is, up until I read the description, I was just kind of like, yeah, okay, I think I'll watch it because it's on Disney Plus, and we have Disney Plus. We already paid for it, essentially, so we will watch it. But now I'm kind of like, wait, okay, intrigued, because they can make it really, really funny.
Yeah.
They can have her observe all of these like iconic moments that we know, and just kind of see her reaction for it. I think will be a lot of fun. Let us know whether you're watching us live or you're watching later. So comment in the comment section below, or let us know in the chat, who is one of the iconic characters you really want to see Rey interact with in this holiday special. And while you guys are thinking about that, we're going to go to a super chat by Amar Nail, who's I did not know how to properly pronounce his name up until recently that he put it in Discord. Thank you so much for your super chat. Hey guys, before we had all this hype about trailers, posters were what got me excited about movies. My fave was 1998 Godzilla. What is yours?
That's right. When that poster first came out, I think it was like just the eye that it showed. And before we got to see pictures of like what Godzilla really looked like, this was like just a huge hype to get everyone back interested into a new Godzilla movie, because it had been years before any kind of Godzilla kind of movie came out, and
Yep.
to have it be actually done an American-made film,
Yeah.
there was a lot of excitement until we actually got to see what Godzilla looked
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And then we found out, oh, Matthew Broderick and all that. But I have to admit, it's for the longest time, our teaser trailers were the posters that we
Yep.
would get first.
Yep.
You know, everything from like Silence of the Lambs to just so many iconic movie posters.
Yeah, before
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park had the oof. I'm trying to think of a really good one. Maybe Scream, because it was like had like a
Oh yeah.
a little bit of like a blue tone and red, not red, black and white, and it's got like her big eyes, big blue eyes, and then she's got her, I think her eyes were blue. Hold on, I think I saw it a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and it just had her like, you know, it's kind of like Scream, and you're like, oh, Scream. That was one that's just because, and you're right. Trailers, I feel like, played secondary to posters then.
Yes.
It's I don't want to say it's quite opposite now, because up until today I still can look at a poster and go, dang, that's a good looking poster. Like, I would hang that on my wall. I remember I was unhealthily obsessed with the Titanic poster. I definitely had one in my room. And Lord of the Rings posters.
Oh, yeah, the Lord of the Rings posters I had.
Yes.
And before the movie came out, one of the posters that I actually had that went all the way across like the top of my like my closet door kind of thing was a Batman and Robin that had Batman, Robin, Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl, and had Mr. Free, and I was so excited for this movie.
Oh no.
Because it had a really cool poster. It was Batman, and I had it up on my wall. I had a little crush on Alicia Silverstone back then. So, but yeah, posters just played a huge, so much. They've kind of been diminished over the last couple of years, but you know, they just played such a huge and integral part. And I remember wanting to hang out like around bus stops for a while. So when they took down the old posters, be like, hey, I'll drop you like $20 if you give me that old poster, because you're just going to throw them away, right?
Can I tell you? And this was not in LA. This didn't happen in LA. And I was never involved in it. I just heard the story, so I cannot confirm or deny that this is actually true. But there's a story told to me that friend of a friend had the master key to the bus stop thingies.
Oh.
And because those were nice double-sided posters with the light going through, it was like the authentic ones, that they were like really high quality ones, right? So when the light went through it, it would get you just like a really nice HD photo, if you will, like of a poster. So friend of a friend supposedly had, allegedly, master key to these various bus stops, and would go and take the posters out if they had liked the poster.
No,
I never saw it happen. I just heard stories, but this person who I did meet did have a lot of really awesome movie posters.
I also had a lot of cool posters because I used to work at Blockbuster. So every now and again we would get these really cool posters. Because you throw them out.
Yeah.
Oh, Star Wars, yes. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle poster. I remember wanting the very first one, where it has the four of them peeking out from underneath the sewer, the manhole cover, and it has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over the top.
Oh my.
And it was, I wanted that poster so bad when I was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, posters were such a huge thing back then.
It was such a big thing.
And now that, now when you go to Comic-Con, you come home with like 20, 30, 40 different movie posters. We still
have a lot of them just like kind of tucked away because we don't know what to do with them, but we don't feel right throwing them away. And I'm just like, what do I do? Because you want to make sure you put it up where it's like aesthetic pleasing and it kind of fits the theme of this like one area in a house. You don't want to just like slap it up for no good reason. And you're just kind of like, what is this? And then later my anxiety gets to me, and then I end up taking everything down. So that is not happening.
And then of course, what is it, that legendary picture, the legendary poster that said Revenge of the Jedi, because there was only a few of those that actually went out before they ended up changing the title.
Yeah.
So if you happen to have gotten one of those, it's now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars probably.
Yeah. And also a great tip from Adam here. Seriously, everyone look up Elvin and Disney posters, and you will find the posters of your childhood. Literally works of art. So I'm just going to do a quick Google Disney. And let's see what posters come up.
Oh wow, yeah,
Little
from
Mermaid, Aladdin. I definitely had that Little Mermaid poster in my room for sure. Aladdin with the lamp. There's some Beauty and the
mm-hmm.
Beast ones. Yeah, there is. That is essentially my childhood
Oh
right
yeah, and
there.
there's that ET one
Mm-hmm.
that is that one's so iconic with the two fingers.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
guys go ahead and do yourself a favor and Google yourself John Alvin and Disney, and you will find all the good. You can just continue scrolling, right? And our next piece of news flash, Dae Kim and Randall Park are teaming up for an Asian American led heist film at Amazon Studios, and I just thought this was such an interesting team up because I think they've only teamed up briefly, and I don't really think they actually were in the scene together because they were, I believe they were both in Always Be My Maybe, but I think
Oh
they were in
yeah.
separate scenes because I think Daniel J. Kim was always like that, like successful businessman on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think they were all three in a scene together, but I could be wrong because it's been a minute since I've seen that movie. But Asian American led heist film sounds really
I
interesting.
like
And
that. I mean,
here, oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I just think that's a great concept because it's you don't get very many Asian led anything, let alone like heist movies. I mean, you probably do get. I mean, we do get some really cool action films,
Yeah.
especially when it stars martial arts or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to be able to have like an Ocean's 11
Yeah.
Asian led cast, I think is a really good thing to kind of start to push to be able to start exploring. So the people, so sooner or later, I hope that it's not actually going to be a big thing because
Mm-hmm.
we have so many of them out there.
Yeah.
It's just going to be another awesome movie that's coming out.
And it's interesting that you used Ocean 11 in kind of like your reference because, according to Deadline, this is a direct quote from Dae Kim on the Deadline website. He says, I think it has nods to Ocean's 11, The Full Monty, as
Ooh.
well as Better Luck Tomorrow. So the original story came from an idea that Kim, Park, and 3AD's head of development, John Chen, brewed, and it will be led by Randall Park, Dae Kim, who's going to assemble Avengers Assemble, Heist Gang Assemble, made up of primarily Asian American actors. And quote, it's a story that kind of highlights community, friendship, unity in a very familiar genre that people I think will enjoy. So the log line for this film has not been released, so we don't know much about it. But this is something that I want to keep my eyes on. I absolutely enjoy Randall Park in Fresh
Mm-hmm.
Off the Boat, and as well as many other things that he is in. Daniel Day Kim, the first time I ever saw him was in Lost. And
Oh
I was
yeah,
just
that's
like,
right.
oh my. And I went from like not liking his character at all because I thought he was just like mean to like him being like one of my like top faves. And I was like, oh, wait, okay, I kind of like you. And then, and he's gone on to do many, many things. So definitely going to be keeping our eyes open for that. Let me go to our next bits. Da, 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 da. Okay, let me actually go to the chat. I'll put this up real quick and see what you guys are saying because I think I'm missing some comments. Da, da, da. Not really. Okay. Okay, great. That means we can move on to our
Next topic.
next topic. So this one popped up today in my email, and I went, "Oh, we need to talk about it because I didn't know about this yesterday." But Netflix has announced Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. So we'll put up a nice photo of Mr. Guillermo del Toro right there. And they announced today that they announced the cast essentially for Guillermo del Toro's upcoming stop motion animated feature of Pinocchio. So we will have Gregory Mann stars Pinocchio with Ewan McGregor as Jiminy Cricket, or they're just saying Cricket actually in this press release here. David Bradley as Geppetto, and other casts include Tilda Swinton, Christoph Waltz, yes, Finn Wolfhard. Let's see, David Bradley. Did I see to read that already? Oh, yes, I did. I lost my place. Kate Blanchett, John Turturro, and Ron Perlman, Tim Blake Nelson, and Bern Gorman, which is really,
Oh.
really fantastic cast. And this is drawing on the classic Carlo. I'm gonna say this wrong. So sorry, Collodi tale. And this stop motion musical follows the extraordinary journey of a wooden boy magically brought to life by a father's wish. Set during the rise of fascism in Mussolini's Italy. Del Toro's Pinocchio is a story of love and disobedience as Pinocchio struggles to live up to his father's expectation. And of course, this film is directed by Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafsson. Totally saying that wrong, I'm sure. And also, the lyrics are also written by Guillermo del Toro and Cats, with music by Academy Award winner Alexander Desplat. Wow. Okay. Also, who also wrote the score. So this is something to I am so looking forward to. And also, Pinocchio is produced by Guillermo del Toro, the Jim Henson Company's Lisa Henson, Snow Machine's Alex Spolky, and Corey. All these names I'm gonna mess up. Campbell sure, as well as Exile Entertainment's Gary Ungar. It is co-produced by Blanca Lista of the Jim Henson Company. This is just so, it makes me so excited to know that a lot of the Jim Henson Company are involved with stop motion because they understand
Yes.
puppetry, and Guillermo del Toro has always had like a huge appreciation for animation, stop motion, and creatures and things like that. So this is going to be, I am like so excited for
This
this. What do
sounds
you think?
super awesome. One, I don't know, but it seems like me finding out right now that it's stop motion was something new. For some reason, a part of me is like,
I
I
think a
must have
part of
heard,
me
I
thought it
must
was
have
just
heard that
animation.
before. Maybe that's what it was. It was just the fact that I was expecting it to be animation and not stop motion animation. I am now a lot more excited for it. Plus the fact that it's going to be a musical and that it's going to pull a lot. I mean, the fact that they are placing it in Mussolini's fascist Italy is just gives you a feeling on how it's going to be, the context it's going to be, the fact that it's going to have a lot more maybe of like Pan's Labyrinth
Yes.
kind of vibes to it, which was a brutal movie in some parts. And I think this is just going to be an awesome movie. I'm super excited.
All in on this version of Pinocchio, and I think Blade GTR really agreed with what he's saying. He said, "Oh God, the mind of Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy doing Pinocchio."
Yes.
I can only imagine what the art style is going to look like. Hauntingly beautiful are the only things that come to mind, which reminds me of Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
Because I know not a lot of people like loved that movie,
but it was visually beautiful.
I really enjoyed it. Maybe because Tom Hiddleston's in it, but like, and Jessica Chastain and Mia Wasikowska, I think is how you say her last name. But like, I actually really enjoyed that movie a lot, and I love like the very like gothic, like romantica kind of a kind of romantic sort of a vibe. I just love the whole thing. So I totally agree with Blade that this is going to look, it's a feast for our eyes.
Yes, and I always love to hear a little bit more of the original telling kind of thing of the story, which because when you start reading a lot of these different fairy tales that Disney has taken and then turned into, G-rated stories.
Yeah.
But then to go back and kind of read or learn more about the original story to where you're just like, this is not like Disney. What is it? When like in Book of Mormon, when they finally go to Africa and he's like, it's not like Lion King. It's not like Lion King.
God, yeah.
That's what you're just like, it's not like Disney. It's not like Disney.
It's not going to be like Disney, with the exception of that it's a wooden puppet.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
Geppetto,
but I like the fact that
and there's a cricket.
In the story, in the breakdown, they're talking about how he's trying to live up to his father's expectations
and disobedience.
Yeah. And constantly going, my dad said to do this, but look at this cool shiny thing. Look at, someone says being an actor is so much fun. I should do that.
I got no strings to that probably won't be in the, because I think that's a Disney song,
I think that's actually a Disney song.
But this leads me, because we all know like Guillermo del Toro loves horror, he loves creature. If they're gonna go to, was it Pleasure Island, right?
Yeah.
If they are gonna do that scene where everybody turns into donkeys, like I actually can't wait of like to see how they're going to bring that to life, to stop motion.
Yeah, and they'll also see like Monstro. The whale, and also because there's gonna be a moment when they get swallowed inside the whale, and then you get a seal. Oh,
that's gonna be,
that is going to be
how hard
so
is that to do in
cool.
stop motion? All I can think of is like how Laika did Kubo and all the fight scenes, and how like painstakingly long it's going
and
to
how
take. So
beautiful it
yeah,
was.
so really
But the fact
appreciate
that this
that.
is also going to be done by the Jim Henson production, so we're going to get to see a lot of really cool puppets and puppetry.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, especially when you just start hearing all of the people that are involved with this.
And here's also a direct quote from Guillermo del Toro himself from the press release after, quote, "After years of pursuing this dream project, I found my perfect partner in Netflix. We have spent a long time curating a remarkable cast and crew and have been blessed by continuing support from Netflix to quietly and carefully soldier on. Nice. Barely missing a beat. We all love and practice animation with great passion and believe it to be the ideal medium to retell this classic story in a completely new way," says Del Toro. So this is, I am just ever so excited for this, and I think we I can't. I don't even know when it's coming out, but like I'm ready for it. If it came out,
Yes,
if it came out right now, we go watch it immediately right now
exactly.
on my couch. All right, moving on to our next topic here. Planes, Trains, Automobiles is, believe it or not, getting a remake, and this is let me see if I have this is, if you haven't seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, this is an original remake. Let's see, where did I put it? Of the classic John Hughes, 1987. Was it 1987?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
it was a while ago.
Wow. I was like, wait, that long ago? Road trip comedy, and it stars the original Steve Martin, John Candy, and this new remake, not new remake, but just a remake, will star Will Smith and Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart's Heartbeat Production and Will Smith's Westbrook Studio will produce.
Oh,
And also in her feature debut, Aisha Carr will write the script, and whose credits include Brooklyn 99 and the upcoming Hulu series Woke. And the original film, of course, we already know, starred John Candy, Steve Martin as unwilling traveling partners, desperately trying to get home in time for Thanksgiving. And obviously, everything goes disastrously, making it one of those like comedies I just kind of like.
classic,
Have you seen it?
classic comedy,
Yeah,
classic 80s comedy.
classic 80s
And
comedy.
I'm actually really excited about this because one, it's their personal, it's Will Smith's and Kevin Hart's personal production companies that are involved. They are getting someone that they are inspired to get to help them write with the script. That's one of their friends. This sounds kind of like a passion project that they're like, dude, let's get together. We love working with each other. And I think if you, when you take Will Smith's like cool demeanor,
Yeah,
with Kevin Hart's kind of over energized kind of demeanor, it's going to be a really, really good connection. And I know that's a terrible Kevin Hart impression.
Terrible,
but
it's okay.
I'm not here to do impressions. But I think this is a really good combo to get together. And it just seems like they're not going to let a big production company be like, no, you have to do it like this. We want to be able to sell it to a more of a mass market. They're going to do what they want to do, and it's to a property that everyone's kind of familiar with. So I really want to see this. I think this is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
To be able to see their take on it, and also a modern day twist on it.
Yeah, and I think to kind of like follow up what you're saying with the two actors using their own production companies to create this project, to be behind this project, I feel like the audience already, even if they didn't know the original film, the audience is built in. Will Smith has such a huge fan base who will literally go watch anything that he is in because he's a good actor, he's a good performer. Kevin Hart is, I find him just to be so fun to watch, so funny. But what if the role was kind of reversed, where if like Will Smith is the one that's a little bit more like, like, you know what I mean?
That,
like, I mean, we don't know. We can
interesting.
assume that like obviously it's probably what you said, but like, what if they did it? The possibility is endless. We don't know. So I want to see how much they borrow from the original and how much they make their own, because obviously it would be modern.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really interesting, and obviously it's just in pre-production now. I don't think they've started filming because I don't think that they really can. Yeah, due to the COVID guidelines.
Well, you can always do pre-production.
Yeah.
You know,
you can zoom it away.
You can zoom. You can still do help. You know, be like rewriting the script, working on this, getting things together, and be like, okay, as soon as we actually have the green light to be able to go out and film this, we can just as soon as that like light goes green, go kind of
Yes.
thing. And also it's the fact that this doesn't, I mean, you're not, this isn't going to be a high production, you don't have to dump a ton of money
There's
into
not
something
like
like
crazy
this.
CGIs and things like that you have to
Yeah,
slap
yeah,
on
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
think it's just going to be a fun time, great comedic writing, great comedic timing, great performances by two very,
Yeah.
very well known actors.
And I think you'd be able to make this movie for a, a very small amount. You can keep this kind of low budget, but because it's really going to ride on the chemistry between Kevin Hart and Will Smith. And
Yeah.
since they're using their own production company, they're not going to be like, well, I'm going to need a bigger paycheck for this. To where they're a part of it. They're invested in it. So I'm really curious to see how this turns out. It sounds like it's a really fun idea.
Yeah, we got a few questions as well from the chat here. Jack is asking, what is this movie about? Basically, it's two strangers who ended up traveling together unwillingly. It's just like they missed their plane, and they need to get home to their families for
a little bit
Thanksgiving.
A little bit of an odd couple mix up.
Yeah.
Where Steve Martin is the very straight laced person, and then you have John Candy, who is kind of the wild and crazy kind of person.
It's just two comedic actors, really, really great at what they do, making it a fun time film. And I love this tidbit from Adam here. I'm going to go ahead and read it aloud. It's funny considering that It's funny that considering Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is pretty much a PG film, the only reason why it even has an R rating is because Steve Martin dropping 10 plus F-bombs to that airport car.
Yep.
I actually did, it was in one of the acting classes once upon a time when I did go to classes in person, got a hilarious scene that like totally reminded me of that scene, but like I played like the straight, like very laced up, like very just like zero humor, very sarcastic sort of a person, and just chewing out the poor sweet old airport clerk who's just like, well, now here, let me see, and they're like typing in their thing very slowly, and I'm just like, oh my god, my gate,
I gotta go.
And we have a super chat from Vanja. Thank you very much, Vanja. He writes, since 80s nostalgia is wearing out and a new decade is upon us, what do you think about us getting a 90s nostalgia in movies and TV?
I feel like
that's already happening.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, as long as you have memorable IP that people still have that connection to, still have that, like, as soon as you say it, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I loved that movie. I kind of want to see a modern telling of that story. And even movies in the 80s, movie in the 90s, movies in the aughts, is that what you call the zeros of the
millennium,
of the beginning of the 20th century?
Sure.
But of the 21st century. But I'm saying there's always something in those movies that you can take inspiration from. And I think there will always be those remakes or reimaginings or retellings of those nostalgic movies, because it's something that gives the production a leg up. If you have to start from ground zero, you have a lot more legwork to do. But if you take up an IP that people are already familiar with, it's going to give you a little bit more immediate draw.
Yes, absolutely. And there's another, thank you so much, Vanja. Hopefully that answers your question. Like, I wouldn't mind at all getting like nostalgia, like 90s nostalgia in movies and TV, mainly because like for those of us who grew up in the 90s, you kind of want to see that it's just a play on your nostalgia. They're playing with my emotions, and then I kind of fall victim to it, and I say yes, I will watch it. The same reason why I was obsessed, like unhealthily obsessed, with the new Babysitters Club series on Netflix. Like I just binged and like it was like I think like 1 a.m. and he's like, are you still watching? And I'm like, yes, I want to be Claudia Kishi so bad. Well, I wanted to be her then, I want to be her now.
And that's the thing, if you can take something that we had that nostalgia connection to, but then retell it and so it makes sense now, then
Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark,
things
like that.
And I think then you can really do a great job on telling these stories and making it so people are like, not only do I love the original, I love the remake.
a little bit of a mix, a mixed bag in in the 90s nostalgia. Songbird says 30-year cycle. Well, I don't know if that's really a four. I think he's just listing a fact. 30-year-old cycle. 90s nostalgia is due. Where Weston says I can do without the 90s nostalgia. LOL. Which I can get it. Look, it's not always going to be for everybody. So it's I think the problem is when the industry is oversaturated with the same type.
Yes.
If it's like always all 90s, it's kind of like, well, okay, like that's a little much. We don't
And
need it
if
all the
you
time.
can take something that we had nostalgia for in the past and make it so you're like, wow, this story is still prevalent today. We're still having the same there's the same problems, or we're still having the same kind of issues, or there's still this disconnect somehow between what they had to deal with in the movies, but we're having to deal with it in a new sort of way. Then tell that story, and people are going to gravitate toward it. People are going to connect with it.
Absolutely.
So it's always great to be able to retell these stories.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question. It's a really great story. It's a great conversation starter as well, because like we had the 80s, and then kind of like in a few years we'll probably do like what, the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s.
In about another 10 years.
That's gonna be real weird, I think. All right, let's move on to our our final topic. There we go. Our anticipation for DC Fandome, because DC Fandome just dropped the trailer and they have confirmed that we are going to get Batman footage. Obviously, we know Dwayne the Rock Johnson is appearing, and in the trailer he even gave a little wink, and you're just kind of like, give me your secrets, Black Adam. Give me everything we know about Black Adam. So this is like super duper exciting, and they also revealed, so they have the trailer that's out, that's just everybody's, because it's this Saturday, so everybody's like, oh my god, I can't wait. They also revealed that they will be splitting the virtual experience from its original one day, because it's only going to be a 24-hour period on the 22nd, to now two separate events, with the first occurring on Saturday, and then the second one is going to be September 12th. So that's really exciting, which means new footage from whatever there may be, probably like even more Wonder Woman exclusive looks.
Yes.
Because then that movie will be coming out then. Maybe more on like Suicide Squad, and like who knows what. And there's a great article too on Variety, if you guys kind of want to check out some of the I would say like the tentpole panels, I guess.
Yeah, and some of the finer details of what they're actually going to be offering.
So we just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about how we plan to cover it. Obviously, we don't know the structure of how it's going to be. One can assume that it's going to be similar to how they ran Comic-Con, and also they had Justice Con like at the same time. So maybe similar to that. So if it is going to be similar to that, and if it's like viewable on YouTube or whatever, and if we're able to share the screen, then we will live stream our review and reactions and our thoughts and all that stuff, and while you guys can watch along the panel with us. So hopefully that can happen. We will just have to really sit down between the two of us and figure out the right schedule, because a lot of the panels that we want to see are back to back, and we don't know if these panels, like say for example Wonder Woman, I don't remember the time it is, let's say it's at 1 p.m. ET, right? Let's just say that. And then the next one we want to see is at 2. Does that mean they go for the full hour and they go one after another? Or can we end the live stream and then start another one? We're really not sure right now, so we're just gonna have to roll with it. So you guys are interested in roll with the punches, F it, we'll do it live. So if you guys are interested in kind of hanging out with us during DC Fandome, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any sort of new videos or new live streams that we're putting up. And while you're at it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So I don't know what it means for YouTube, but apparently it's good. So
it helps us
out. If you like this live stream, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, smash it if you will. So we are so looking forward to I think my mind's probably going to explode. Like if I thought Comic-Con was too much information, I think this doubles that, because it's all within that one fandom that we all love so much.
Yes.
And it's not just movies, it's not just the cinematic
it's also
universe,
video games,
the Rocksteady video game, the Batman, there's the Harley Quinn animated series that everybody has been like saying like, we gotta watch, you guys gotta watch it, and we still have not watched it, even though it's available on HBO Max. So we will get to it because a lot of people are super excited about that. I want to see what you guys are saying about the DC fandom and what you guys are saying about it. Oh, this is great. Blade says I don't think a single panel is over 25 minutes, which is great.
Which is brilliant. That's a really smart way of doing it.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping them to a nice small edible kind of bite-sized
edible
bite-sized length.
Yes.
Brain couldn't work.
I know,
but
it's one of
so
those
that
days.
You can watch it, kind of get okay, cool. Now I need to get something more to drink, get something else to snack on, and then bring up the next panel. So you have time to be able to set and get ready for the next one.
Yeah, super excited. That's really great news. Thank you for letting us know that, Blade. We super appreciate the tip. And Adam also says, by the way, you can stream via Discord as well. And guys, we do have a Discord group. So I will go ahead and put that I'll pin it to the top comment for this video, but the link apparently is only good for 24 hours. So it just won't work the next day. But if you guys ever want to join the group, you can just find us all over social media, send us a message, and I'll drop the link to you where our movie bunch and us are in it, and we're just chatting about whether we carry on the conversation from our live stream, or we can talk about, I just saw this movie and I really liked it and I want to talk about it. I just saw this trailer. I want to talk about it. And I added a new category. I added the category fandom, and then I added the channels toys and collectibles, because we're all fans of collectibles, whether it's 6-scale figures, Funko Pops, buttons, pins, whatever it may be. So that's a channel for everybody who likes to collect things for us to talk about. And I also added Disney parks in there because I love all things Disney parks. Yep. And I'm really sad that we can't go. We don't know when we're going to be able to go back. So I can just live vicariously through.
We still have to figure out what the heck's going on with our season pass.
Yeah, it's no longer accessible on our like Disney Parks app. And I'm just kind of like, but
you're not even
open. So we'll have to call and figure that out. And I think we might have to maybe have a chat with Adam so he can help us figure out the voice/video channel. Because I've tried the voice stuff on other people's Discords, but I haven't done it on ours, mainly because I don't know how it works. And I also get overwhelmed very easily. So I'm just like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to put it down now. Let's see.
Because you try to do everything, baby.
I do. That's really bad. Right before this started, I was complaining to Dustin, why can't I have more Wendy's?
We need more Wendy's. I would love to have more Wendy's.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, Wendy's busy. I'll go hang out with the other Wendy.
Hey, but do I get that experience as well?
Yes, at the end of the day, they all go back into one Wendy, and you get all of the
I invoke duplicity. Oh my gosh. So that's really, really great. Let's see what some of you guys are saying as well. Some panels are about 15 minutes. Are they? 15 minutes seems very short for me. I think a good 25 minutes sounds good.
Yeah.
But if they only have enough material to talk for 15 minutes, you know what? I'll take it.
Well, and also the thing is, I'm wondering, because there's a lot of those panels that I want to see more than 25 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I want to see more about Wonder Woman. I want to see more about Batman. Mm-hmm. So I want to see more with The Rock,
Yes.
I'm wondering if they're like, some of their big ones are going to be longer, but then some of the other ones, are going to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah. Noah says, just in case why Fox is no longer called 20th Century Fox is because, Disney renamed them on January 17th, 2020. The last film under the 20th Century Fox is Underwater. That I believe it was the Kristen Stewart underwater like creature alien movie that I was really excited to see, and then didn't love. But let me double check.
Well, it's very possible, because that would be one of the was it?
Yeah.
It was Fox.
Yeah, it was, and that's the one I was so going completely off topic. I was so excited for that movie. I love Kristen Stewart. It gave me all like the alien vibes, but they're underwater, and I was like, yeah, Kristen Stewart's gonna be a badass. It's gonna be awesome, and she is still a badass nonetheless. But I just didn't love the movie. I think my expectation for some reason was just like I overhyped myself. But yes, we are looking forward to Wonder Woman, to Suicide Squad, to The Flash, and
the
Flash the movie, as well as the season 7 panel, which I kind of want to approach that carefully, because we stopped watching Flash after season
4.
Oh, okay.
I think it was season 4.
Not because we didn't like it anymore, because I think they took it off Hulu.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
We were
and
no longer able to
we
get
weren't able
access to
to
it.
get access to it, so we had to wait for it to like hit Netflix in order to watch it. And then just because like there was such a long time in like a gap between us having like that's the same reason why we fell off of Lucifer.
Yeah.
We loved Lucifer, and then like it was like off this network, and then it was on, and then we had to rewatch this entire thing. Same thing with the Magicians. And the Magicians, literally, we tried to watch like the brand new season, and I
Like,
went,
wait, what's going
"What's
on?
happening? I thought this happened." I literally couldn't remember anything, and we
Yeah.
had
Into
to
the
restart.
Badlands. That was something that
Oh,
was so
so
awesome
good.
that we saw like the first season of. And then we were like, months, more than a year
Yeah.
went by.
Mhm.
And then finally it came back on Netflix, and we were like, wait, what happened in the first season?
Yeah.
Every single show at the beginning of a new season really should just edit together
Mhm.
a little previously on such and such
Yeah.
in season
It's just
1.
a nice recap, because otherwise it's yeah. So Dustin and I will sit down, we'll go over our schedule and see what we want to see and what we have time for. It is only one day. So Saturday we are not going to have like the regular show such as this one. We'll just be live streaming, kind of like what we did over the
Yeah.
weekend for Comic-Con. So just know that's
We're
coming
going to
up.
get multiple live streams
Multiple
going.
live streams going. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed. Debbie writes, oh hi Debbie, how are you?
Oh, hi, Debbie.
Oh hi. Hi Debbie.
Oh, hi, Debbie. I did not.
I did
Oh,
not.
hi, Debbie.
Do we know if the Arrowverse show is still having panels on Saturday? I heard some of their stuff was being moved to next month. I didn't hear that, but also things are changing, I feel like, kind of all the time, especially now that there's two. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's TV, that they show something in this one, and they also show something in the September one.
Mhm.
I really wouldn't be surprised, because the fan base for those shows are like huge. So huge. So yeah, let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat here. I'm really excited for the Batman panel as well.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see some footage too. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see some cool Robert Pattinson being able to act some lines, so we get like a taste and a flavor of what is his portrayal of Batman going to be like, and whether or not he's gonna try and do like a Batman voice.
I don't think so. I mean, they could, I guess, they could, but I don't feel like for some reason they're gonna do that. Maybe they muffle it just a little bit.
I liked what they did with Ben Affleck's, where it was like a digital thing. Yeah, that inside his helmet that distorted his voice.
Yeah,
I like that concept.
Yeah,
that they would do for that. So maybe something like that, or maybe the fact that just Batman doesn't really talk that much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also very excited for, and talking about specifically like the cinematic universe, James Wan's Suicide Squad. Like,
yeah,
that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
See what's going to happen with that, and as well as the Rocksteady Suicide Squad game. So like that's just really exciting. It's going to be a very full 24 hours, and the time is set for Eastern Standard Time. So that means an earlier morning for us, which is fine. Get more done for the day. So you guys, that's it for this live stream for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you to those of you who contributed to our super chat. Thank you so much. You guys help the channel going, and don't forget to smash those thumbs ups, and we will see you guys on like a Wonder Woman thumbs up.
Wonder Woman.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in other videos, and we will see you on Saturday for sure for all the fun DC fandom. I want to say fandom, and it's fandom. Mm-hmm. Fandom panels. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you next time. Bye.